I'm just getting home, still in my truck, trying to process this day. Um, I know people need some instruction or at least some information, and that's what I'm trying to do here. Um, as you know, the judge had a hearing, and oh man, just crazy what happened. Uh, where do I begin? Ah, ah, I can't believe what's going on. I've never seen such wickedness, and so it's hard to describe, and I can't believe that it truly is good being called evil and evil being called good. You got these little parents that love this little baby, and I mean they couldn't be better parents. They're just, I mean, they're perfect little parents, and they got this little baby. And I mean, I don't need to reiterate it, but it just seems like no one, I mean, not no one, it's not fair to say that. It just seems like so many people don't get it, that they just believe the state, that there's no way the state would take a child. But yet this Judge Lori Fortier, we're doing looking into her, and she's taken hundreds of children. And she's done it with this doctor, Natasha D. Erickson, here in Idaho. And these doctors work in conjunction with CPS and with these judges. This Lori Fortier is, I mean, I can't believe what she was saying, and what the attorneys were just expressing a little bit. They weren't giving any details, but just expressing what happened. And my jaw drops. I can't believe it. And then I hear the details from the family. And anyway, they took the baby and put him in another home. So put him in another home. The doctors said that, he's healthy, and he's healthy enough to go into another home, foster home, but the judge won't let him go home, won't let him go. And so they have another hearing on April 8th, almost a month away. And if they can't get him back then there'll be another hearing in 6 months. If they can't get him back then, there'll be another hearing in 12 months after that, or 6 months after that, so a year from today. And then they could put him in, get up for adoption. So that's the process, and it happens, all the time. And what's amazing here is the only thing that happened was they missed an appointment just to get him weighed. That's the only accusation that the state has against this little family. There is no neglect, there is no abuse, none of that. In fact, they got a perfect record. The only thing that the government or the state is saying, the CPS is saying that they did, is missed a weigh-in appointment. And the mother called in. And one other interesting fact, I mean, there's so many, but on the medical forms it says, because they said that they tried to get a hold of the mother multiple times to get them to come in. Well, she wasn't available. She was not feeling well, and anyway, she never got that call. But they never tried the emergency contact, which is a cell phone number to the dad. Never once did they think or even try to call another person. They just called the government, CPS, and CPS went to the judge, and this judge issued a warrant, and they put a bolo out, be on the lookout. When they locate the vehicle, they surround him at the gas station, rip the kid ripped the baby away from the mother's arms. And now they don't have a baby anymore. And that baby was their entire life. So what are we going to do about it? I don't know. I just needed to give you an update that they took the baby and gave him to another family. That Cyrus's mom and dad and aunt and uncles and grandma and grandpa are just trying to process this, and that's why they haven't made a statement. And I was with them, so I know. And I'm a little discouraged by how many people out there are believing that the parents did something wrong. But look at the evidence. There is no evidence. Just because somebody says something, the police say he was malnutrition. That's a lie. There is no evidence of malnutrition. 2 weeks ago, he went and took him into the hospital because he was throwing up, because they couldn't give him solids. And he threw up a lot, and they were worried about him being dehydrated. So they took him to the hospital. That's being a good parent, supposedly. But the lesson we learn here is that you don't take your kids to the hospital. Don't take your loved one to the hospital. You can't afford it. Your kids, not just afford it by money, there's a good chance that the state will get involved if you take your child to the hospital. This just proves it. So, I don't know what else motive there is. There's been speculation, and there's definitely some pretty eerie connections that are going on in timing. But anyway, I got to get off this thing. I just wanted to give you an update, let you know that Judge Lori Fortier is a very wicked woman, and very, very wicked, very wicked. My understanding is that even CPS was like, whoa, wait a minute. We didn't say that. We didn't go that far. We didn't imply that. But she took it above and beyond to just destroy the family, or try to destroy the family in that court setting. And when all the only accusation they have against them, the only one they have, is that they didn't show up to that weigh-in appointment. That's it. So you don't really own your children. You think you do. If you think you own them, if they're your children, you're a damn fool. Because the state owns them, and they take them when they want, how they want, when they want. So don't you dare think that you are the one who has, rights to your children. Don't you dare think that. And don't even act like in any way that you do have those rights. So we haven't defended them enough. And now they're taking our little children, and we can't even get more than 100 people there, even during a press conference. Now, I know we had, at the very beginning of this, a couple hundred people, but, then they peter down to, less than 100 people, and everybody forgets about it and goes home and watch their damn TV, and go back to their life. And that's how we've lost liberty. Well, we deserve it. So anyway, have a good night.